Hey, happy Monday. It feels really good to be back out here in front of the tree. I really missed y'all and I really missed being out here, honestly. Bear with me, my screen's a little fucked up. So it's like I'm trying to use what I can see to, get us situated and stuff like that. Looking pretty good though. I did not wear the right shirt for this mic. It's like, yeah. So if it's sitting here like making me all naked, forgive me. Definitely not trying to tempt y'all. But yeah. Damn. It's loud out here a little bit, but I'm hoping that the mic is doing what it needs to do and that you guys can hear me clearly. It's definitely been a while since we've been out here, so I'm like really taking it in and being grateful, but also, yeah, being present and yeah. But yeah, without further ado, welcome to Monday Magic, y'all. I'm your, oh wow, 0111 on the timer as I say that. I'm running for a good one, I see. But yeah, I'm your reader. I'm Mark, also known as KK if you know something. 5D just too easy, it's just too easy _5. Like, yeah, I got all type of names. But yeah, welcome. If you're new here, you're in for a treat. And yeah, welcome to the journey, to the party. We really do some really divine things here. And yeah, it means a lot to have y'all here with me. And yeah, that being said, if you are a returning Monday Magician, you know how we get things going here. We get started every week with our presence practice, which is our breath work, deep inhales all the way to the belly, hold at the top, really, really slow exhales, at least slower than the inhales were. Just to promote relaxation, bring us into this moment, create some room in our cups and our vessels to work with the energies that will show up. Yeah, because Monday Magic takes us all types of places. And it's just really important to be here and to have room to really process all the energies and to navigate them and work with them. So yeah, and after the breath work, we go into our body scanning, which is the same thing as far as just bringing us into the present moment and to really create that space. So the body scanning will cover more as we get to it, but yeah, let's get started with our breath work. And that being said, go ahead and introduce some movement into your body. Dang, my neck cracked, that felt really good. Oh, and my screen's a little cracked and stuff. So the chat is a little blocked, like where it would typically be at on the bottom right. The messages move up, so I feel like as a couple come in, I'll see them, but like if there's just one, I probably won't be able to see it until there's a few. So if I'm a little late in responding to y'all, don't feel like I'm ignoring you, or also don't hesitate to speak and express or whatever you feel need to. I'll definitely touch on it when I can. But yeah, that being said, go ahead and introduce that movement into your body. And when you're ready, just go ahead and return to center. And if you can, lovingly close your eyes. And then we're gonna get going with our breath work. All right, it's going with our inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Do a couple more rounds of those. Inhale. Exhale. One more. Make it a good one, y'all. Inhale. Exhale. Go ahead and introduce some movement back into your body. Nice rock back and forth. Wiggle your toes a little bit. Whew. When you're done, just go ahead and return to center. And then we'll get going with our body scan. All right, for our body scan, we're gonna start at the top of our head, and I'm gonna call out the different body parts. And all you need to do is place your awareness in the area that I call out. And don't think too hard about what you notice. Don't judge what you notice. Don't question it too much. Just place your awareness there. And if you do notice any tension or anything, just use your awareness to lovingly release it and allow the energy to flow again. But that's all. Don't get lost there. And yeah, remember the name of the game right now is presence, and to stay in this present moment. So do not get lost in the mind. Yeah, and also, that being said, if I call out something like your mouth, feel free to check in with your teeth if you feel called to, or your tongue, or your gums, or whatever you feel called to check in that area. Yeah, don't feel limited just to exactly what I say, but hey, if it's in that area, go ahead and follow your intuition. That's more important than anything, honestly. But yeah, keep up, keep it light. Yeah, stay present, most importantly. So let's get going. Start at the top of the head. Just place your awareness there. Now the back of your head. Your forehead. Your eyes. Your nose. Your cheeks. Your mouth. Your chin. Your neck. Shoulders. Your back. Your arms. your chest, your torso, like your stomach, midsection, your waist, your groin area, your crotch, then your hips, and then your butt. And if you're sitting, pay special attention to where your butt meets the surface that you're sitting on, and really lean into the support that's there. Express a little gratitude as well. Then we're gonna check in with our hands. And now our upper legs, like our thighs, hamstrings. And then your knees. And then your lower legs, your calves, and your shins. Then your ankles. And then your feet. And last but not least, your toes. And when you're done, go ahead and give them a little wiggle. Give your fingers a little wiggle too. Go ahead and open and close your hands as well. Pay special attention to how that feels and the energy that's present in your hands. Introduce some movement back into the rest of your body. And before we come out of the body scan, we're going to do one last deep breath. And on the inhale, place your awareness on your toes where we ended. And as you inhale, feel the energy being pulled up from your toes all the way up through your legs, just a reverse of what we just did, and just feel the energy rise all the way to the top of your head. Hold there. And on the exhale, just release any last things that are last overthinking, last energies that are keeping you from locking on this present moment. Anything that needs to be released or that you want to release, anything, just go ahead and let that go on the exhale. So, all right. When you're ready, inhale. Hold. Exhale. And before you open your eyes, go ahead and express gratitude 3 times, whether out loud, in your mind, energetically, whatever feels right. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, when you're ready, go ahead and lovingly open your eyes and slowly. Hey y'all, welcome to the party. I see you got more people in here. Wow. Yeah, everything feels so much more vivid and colorful than it was before presence practice. So thank y'all for being a part of that and for being here. Whew, today feels like it's gonna be a great one, honestly. That being said, we're gonna get started with Oracle this week. I feel like we've had a run of really going with tarot to begin, but yeah, as I went into the bag to grab them, it definitely felt like an Oracle type of start for the day. Hey, welcome. And yeah, the chat's a little blocked. I can't really see it, but hey y'all. Shouts out to the OGs, shout out to the new folk. Our container definitely continues to expand and grow, and I'm grateful for each and every one of y'all, honestly. Now, we've got action. Purple on the bottom. Yeah, I'm just hearing royalty. Like we got divine royalty in the building. Divine royalty, cosmic royalty, just people who've been royalty in past lives, who've literally been kings and queens and the whole nine, honestly. But the first things I saw come out was Pisces and X. And yeah, very loudly I heard, it's over, let it be over. And if I were to try to logically, based on the cards, I would say like Pisces being the last sign of the zodiac, as well as X. It feels like an X, like it's something that's old, it's the past, and it feels like let it be done, you know, like it's reached its Pisces stage, it's reached the end, and the energy is culminated. It's all come together, and you've seen it for what it is and all it's going to be. So there's nothing else to do but allow it to be done and allow this, whatever this is, to become an X, whether it's a person, whether it's a dynamic, whether it's a relationship, a business, hobbies, whatever this is, it's done. And the call is to allow it to be done and understand that on the other side of that is a new beginning. Like after Pisces, we're back at Aries, you know, the world doesn't stop. There's no gap between Pisces and Aries where there's nothingness. Like that's not how it goes, you know. Following endings comes beginnings. So it's like the longer you prolong this and don't allow it to end and allow yourself to show up authentically as to who you now are in the world that is now in resonance to you, the longer you keep all that stuff at bay, because you will stay in this Pisces season and you will not walk into this Aries energy that you're trying to walk into in other areas of your life, you know, because it feels like you're trying to start new things and trying to start new chapters, but not letting whatever this is go. And it's like nothing happens in a vacuum, you know. You can't move into that next chapter until all of your life is ready for it, you know, because you will mess it up, you will sabotage it. And these energies that you're holding on to are not in resonance to where you're trying to go. So they can't coexist in that reality that you're creating for yourself. So yeah, there's no avoiding this and getting to where you're trying to go. So it's like the longer you stay here, the longer you'll stay here, honestly. So X marks the spot. You know exactly where you need to place your attention and allow the endings to play out. And as you do, you will find everything will start to unfold and move right in, because they've been waiting for you. They've been ready for you. But it's like there's no getting there without getting through where you are right now. So yeah, let whatever this is go. And as I was doing that, this kind of flipped off the pile. And it's like, yeah, this prison is self-imposed. You may feel stuck, you may feel stagnant, but it's like, it's because you're not allowing things to end. You can't get to your new beginnings unless you allow them to end. And it may just be as simple as you just didn't understand that all these things have to progress together, you know? There is no getting to the next chapter without allowing this thing to fall away. So understand that that's the key to getting through whatever space you're in right now. So yeah, just answer the call and do what you need to do. But I don't get any feeling that there's anything more than that. And it doesn't seem like it's anything that you need to go searching for. I feel like you know already what it is. And if nothing comes to mind, then that message simply wasn't for you. And that's okay. Don't force it at all. Like, yeah, especially with me, I'm not here to tell you a bunch of stuff you don't know. I'm here to express energies you've already felt, give you confirmations of things you already felt or may not have known that, you know, that was valid, or maybe you've been overthinking it. And, you know, just being able to hear it expressed from another source is like, oh, okay, like that's valid. Or maybe just in a way that you haven't been able to express it yourself, but you understand it because it's relevant to you and it's in resonance to you. So that's what you should be getting from any message that you feel like is for you. It shouldn't be you trying to fit it onto your foot or like making it work or like, you know, overthinking it. So, and what also came out after those cards was tarot and education. And this just feels like continuing to learn how to read these energies, continuing to learn how to navigate the world you live in, your reality, and all the magic and energy that's available around you, and continuing to see where you fall in line with all of it, you know? Because just for example, these readings, you are a very big part of the messages themselves, you know? Like you hear me talking about it and you understand that, you know, I'm navigating the energies and expressing the energies that are present right now. But a very big part of that process and a very big part of this exchange is you. Like you're half of it. The way you know the world to operate, the experiences you've had, the way you see the world, your limitations, the way you, everything that you are, everything that colors the way you experience this world plays a part in these readings and how they impact you. So understand that, yeah, what you get from them and even the things that show up, the things that you're in resonance to, all that is a product of you. So understand that, yeah, your connection to yourself and how you understand yourself to fit into these energies at play, the world at play, God, and your connection to the universe and just all that stuff colors your reality, honestly. So this just feels like continuing to learn and to continue to grow your frequency and strengthen your frequency through doing the work, from doing the knowledge, from going within yourself, and also discovering and nurturing that connection to yourself. And through that, you'll also discover and be able to nurture that connection to it all, to everything there is, because you are everything that is. And the deeper you go into yourself, the deeper you are diving into the rest of this world. So don't ever feel like it's a waste of time or like it takes too much time away from, you know, maybe your responsibilities or the things that are required from you on the outside that may feel more urgent because, you know, like you may, if it's you have to do certain things to be able to live. You have people who rely on you and all that feels very important, very urgent. And it may feel more urgent than diving into your inner world and getting to know yourself because, you know, on the surface, that doesn't have a direct impact on, you know, your quality of life, but it really does. It really, really does. And everything's built upon that. You know, the job you get is built upon your relationship to yourself. The relationship you end up in is built upon the relationship with yourself. Your experience with magic and miracles and how you know the world to operate is depends directly on your relationship to yourself. The protections that you experience and the divine protection that covers you is directly in relation to how your connection to yourself and your connection to it all. So understand that the reality of the situation is all of it in your experience in this world, in your reality, is entirely based on your knowledge of self and your knowledge and your connection to it all, because that is what colors your entire experience here. You and your awareness and everything you are is your vehicle in which you experience any of this stuff, you know? So if your nervous system is always out of whack and you never feel safe, understand that the world is gonna feel unsafe to you. And that doesn't mean that the reality of the world is that it's unsafe. It's the reality of you inside your vessel, in your body. You do not feel safe, so you will not feel safe anywhere. And your reality will continue to reflect that to you, to let you know, like, yo, you don't feel safe. Hey, like, you don't feel safe. Like, it's a notification. It's just telling you, like, yo, you don't feel safe. We need to do something about that. And in those moments, it's most important to go within and realize, okay, why don't I feel safe? Like, I should feel safe in my body. I should feel safe in the world, because all of this is just me vibrating at different frequencies. Honestly, like, everything is made of source. You're made of the very same things that the things you're terrified of are made of, you know? If at its smallest level, going down to its particles and all that, you guys are made of the same things. So how does it make sense to be afraid of them? Because you're not afraid of yourself. And if you are afraid of yourself, that you need to look at that too, because you shouldn't be. And it's just all you. It's all a product of you. It's all reflections of you. It's all you in different forms. So yeah, foster that connection to yourself, nurture that connection to yourself, and do the education, and realize that you are divine and you're not separate from any of the magic, any of the guidance, any of that. Like, it's all you in different forms, you at different levels, you in different dimensions, all that. So you diving in on yourself and getting to those truths that lie within you will ripple out and color everything differently, and will change your entire experience across the board. So that's the most far-reaching thing you can do, period. You know, you can try to change things on the outside, but a lot of that stuff will only affect that thing, you know. But the one thing that you can do that affects literally everything is dive in on yourself, get to know yourself, become more of yourself, embody more of yourself, and then realize that your reality will do the same, because it will reflect back to you what you understand and what you know to be your truth and what you know to be who you are and your reality in general. So yeah, keep doing the work and keep learning. Damn. And just like that, Miami. And this just feels like, allow your life to feel like a vacation. And for some, take a vacation and hold on to that energy. Like, not just for the sake of the vacation, but throughout it, continue to choose what feels like you, continue to embody everything you're trying to bring in for yourself. And yeah, because I get the feeling that a lot of us want our life to feel like a vacation, you know? And not necessarily in the way of like, oh, we don't ever have anything to do, or like we're just always just chilling. But yeah, for some, that's exactly what you want to do. But for others, it's just more so like you want to be able to do what lights you up, you know? You still want to be able to walk in purpose and actualize things for yourself, but you don't want it to feel like work or force, or you doing a bunch of stuff you don't want to do. You really want it to feel in alignment to your life, and it to be like, yo, I'm just doing what I feel called to do. I'm walking my purpose and my mission. And you feel so grateful to be able to do that. So in this vacation energy, it's like, hold on to what that feels like, and then make the decisions like when it's over and you're back into your, you know, walking life and having to, you know, handle responsibilities and do your thing, that you're picking what feels like that, what feels like a vacation, what feels like freedom. Because you can create a life for yourself and still get everything done, still produce, still have everything you want without sacrificing yourself, without giving all your power away to things that are essentially are supposed to serve you anyway, you know? That job you work is supposed to serve you. It's supposed to give you the money you need, allow you to access all the freedom that you want to access and all that. So at the point you're trading freedom, you're trading sovereignty, you're trading your free time, you're trading, you know, your natural glow and vibration for the money. It's like, that, what was the point then? it's not even serving the purpose in which you went to attract this thing, you know? And it's like, it's easy to not get clear on that because everybody's doing it. So it's like, that's real life, you know? And it's like, that's not real life. Because there's people who've built a life for themselves doing nothing other than being themselves, you know? Because at the end of the day, in this world, in this new way of being that we're stepping into, you are the product, especially when you've done the work. Like, you are the product. It's not a matter of what you do or what you create. It's you, and you injecting the fullest embodiment of you into everything that you do. That makes the biggest difference, and that magnetizes everything you need to yourself. Because if show up in full authenticity, and you're making things that are truly authentic and truly you, like the vibration in which you do those things and the energy you inject into those things becomes super magnetic and super potent, and everything that comes from that will match, you know? Because in those vibrations, you truly are abundant. You have all the energy you need. You have everything you need. You're truly content. You're truly present. You're truly embodied. And when you're all those things, you start to exist like the sun, you know? And like everything else in nature. Because, you know, the sun's not up there thinking. Birds are not over here overthinking. The squirrels are not sitting here overthinking like, damn, like, am I really what I know myself to be? Am I really connected to it all? Who am I? You know, like, at least I don't know. I don't think they are. So it's like in those moments where you're truly just so embodied, you're so locked in on the present moment, and you really reach that flow state, you are I am. Like, you truly become the I am, because you're not thinking, you're not in any boxes, you're truly just in the flow of the universe. You are the universe, you are God, you're just a part of it like everything else is in those moments. So the things you make will have the exact impact they're supposed to have, because they're so full of universal energy, they're so full of God energy, they're so in alignment to the universe and to the entire world, that the impact will be exactly what they're supposed to be. And it won't be colored by anything, no overthinking, no doubt, no nothing other than cosmic energy, universal flow. At that point, it is God as a product, as a thing, just as you are in your perfection. So yeah, understand that the more you can lean into that and live your life like that, and if you're trying to gauge how well you're doing and bringing in everything for yourself and manifesting through embodiment, really, a zebra butterfly. And we go way back, like way back. So they always show up in moments of absolute clarity, and they just feel like an angel number, honestly. But yeah, in those moments when you're really truly embodied, or to really gauge, like, damn, how well am I doing? Think about it. Like, at the end of the day, look back on your day and be like, how much was I really embodied into everything that I'm creating for myself? How much of today did I feel the ways that I'm wanting to feel? Like, how much of today did I feel rich? How much of today did I feel loved and supported? How many times today did I make decisions that felt rich, you know? At every opportunity when I could make a decision from lack or a decision from abundance, did I choose the abundance route? And that'll let you know, like, the vibrations you're at throughout the day, the frequency you're embodying and that you're tuned into, and that you're creating your life and calling in your life from. Because we're big radios, we're big magnets, you know? With, like, the radio, you put it on a certain frequency, like 99.1, 99.3, you're going to get a specific result, you know? You're not going to put on 99.3 and then 100.7 is playing clearly, like, you know? It's not going to go like that. If you want 100.7, you're going to have to tune into 100.7. So it's like we're the same way. If you want joy, you want abundance, you want love, you got to get to 100.7. You can't be at 89.3 sitting there at a frequency of lack, a frequency of insecurity, a frequency of doubt, and expecting to experience high vibe, high love, and true alignment and all that. Like, it's just not going to work that way. So you can really gauge how well you're doing. Like, yes, you may not be able to see, like, okay, my manifestation, like, you don't have tracking. You can't necessarily see, like, okay, my package is 5 days away. My abundance, okay, I got another one coming in 7 days. You can't see that. But you can look at your day and be like, okay, I know that when I'm truly embodied and I'm really in the frequency of the things I'm trying to create, that they're coming in faster, they're being magnetized right to me. Okay, how much of today did I spend in that? indirectly you can see, okay, how well you're doing, because you can be like, okay, like, I felt rich all day today. Okay, in that moment where I was like overthinking, like, damn, should I really spend money on this thing I really, really want? Even though I have the money and I could, it won't be the end of the world. Did I actually buy it? Oh yeah, I did decide to buy it, and I felt really good, and it became this thing, like, oh, you made the rich decision. Oh, okay, you aligned to a timeline where you knew you were abundant, and you moved through that, and you didn't go backwards. You didn't go and be like, oh no, let me not spend it. Let me just wait, just in case something terrible happens. And it really is that deep, and it really is important to continue to choose at every turn, because that's the real magic. Because the rest of this stuff is tools, getting clear on what you want and writing the affirmations over and over again is really to recalibrate your inner world. So when the decisions come up that really bring you there, that you make those decisions, because you are different through working with the energies and rewriting your operating system. But the real magic is seen in the decisions. You can do all the work all you want, but at the point where a decision needs to be made and you get to make a choice based on who you know yourself to be and how you know the world to operate, if you're choosing the opposite of what you've been learning, if you're choosing the opposite of what you've been embodying and how you know everything to operate, then that will be the results you get. You can know all you want, but until you really move in that direction and balance out the divine feminine energy with the divine masculine energy of action in the direction of the things you know and the guidance you've received, you won't get that different result, and you won't get the truest form of the manifestations that you're looking for. So yeah, at every opportunity when you get choices and a chance to choose the timeline that your highest timeline and the things you're bringing in for yourself, express gratitude and make the right decisions and make the truest decisions in those moments, and understand that those are the big shifts. Like, they may feel small and like very, very little, but those are the things that add up into the big shifts. And then you look up and you're like, oh wow, like I'm in a whole new world and I'm truly embodied as this thing. And it's like, yeah, it's like that was where it came from. At every opportunity when you got to choose, where you're going or where you've been, you chose where you were going. And that's so powerful and can never be understated enough. So choose what feels like Miami. Choose what feels like a vacation. Choose what feels like freedom to you, what feels fulfilling. And understand that you don't have to suffer. Suffering is a choice. You can always surrender to the flow of you, because at every given turn, like, what will make you feel fulfilled. And we only get into trouble and tough spots when we're trying to show up inauthentically, where we're trying to show up because we said we'd show up last week, but here we are faced with the reality of who we are in this present moment, which is all that's real anyway. And instead of giving who you are in this present moment the final say, you're making a present decision based off of, damn, last week I said I would do this, so I gotta do it. And it's like, that version of you is not even here anymore. Like, you're honoring a version of you that's dead and gone, essentially. Like, you're new in every moment. You're new every day, let alone like last week. Like, you're a whole new person, especially if you're living the right way, especially if you're living every day consciously and aware. Like, you don't owe that version of you anything, honestly. And it's like, because now if you've been living the right way, that version of you is so far removed from the trueness of you at this point, because who you are now, as embodied as you are right now in this very moment, you're way more you than you were last week if you're living the right way. So it's like, who you are now deserves all the say in the world as to what you do. And yes, it may make other people feel like you're flaky. It may make you feel like you're flaky, or like, you have commitment issues or something like that. But it's like, the world is changing, and we're changing all the time. And that should be honored. And not only for you, but other people, other people should feel like they could be able to honor themselves too. And that you won't give them any flack about it. You won't make them feel bad about it, or make them feel like they should sacrifice their present because they agreed to this thing or whatever. It's just like, choose what feels right and continue to embody who you are and the authenticity of you in every given moment, and understand that that's going to change, and that you don't owe your past self anything. You don't owe anybody anything other than being the truest you at any given point. And understand that anybody that's truly for you will not want you to do anything but that. And you choosing what's best for you at any given point will not lead you away from things that are best for you. So if you find yourself choosing embodiment, choosing yourself, and it's causing problems in this relationship, or causing problems in this dynamic, or causing problems in this environment, understand that that information is literally only telling you that whatever that is, where it's causing friction and dissonance, that's not in alignment to what's best for you. Because you choosing what's best for you will only connect you to other things that are what's best for you, and will only cause tower moments to things that aren't what's best for you, things that are in resonance to a version of you that you are not. It's plain and simple. So yeah, allow those things to be the case, and you embodying yourself in the truest you and your highest, most authentic expression in every present moment will put you on the fast track to everything that matches that, honestly. Because you will outgrow spaces faster, you will outgrow relationships faster, you will shed things that aren't you faster, the more relentlessly you can embody yourself. Because the more relentlessly you embody yourself, other things will not be able to exist comfortably around you. So that person who's not right for you will have to be moved. That dynamic that's not right for you won't know peace there. Like it won't be satisfied and won't be able to exist there comfortably. So it will have to either meet you where you are or go find something that's in more resonance. And it's like you really avoid wasting a lot of time and spending extra time in spaces that aren't for you, the more you can embody yourself and embody everything you are and honor it, honestly. So that's just the name of the game. Choose what feels right. Do not feel like you have to sacrifice yourself. You have to suffer and all these things in the sake of life, thinking like that's just what it is. It's not. And the more we continue to act like that, the more we're oppressing ourselves and oppressing each other, because most people like to be followers, honestly, and most people like to go with what everybody's doing. Nobody wants to feel ostracized. No one wants to feel like an outsider. So people will really sit here and oppress themselves to feel like they're a part of the pack, honestly. Like they will sit here and, choose what makes them feel less than, just to feel like they're a part of what everybody's doing, or like, they're not alone. So 4242, as I say that, it's like the more you choose to embody your authenticity, the more it frees up other people to do that. Because if everybody's doing it, they will want to do that more. And it's just like, oh, okay, everybody's doing it, like, yes, I'm free to do it now. And they will follow. And it's like, if you're naturally a leader, please lead. Please lead. And understand that, yes, you might be ahead of the pack. You might be the only one doing it. It might be a little extra, hard or weird or strange. But understand that everybody's coming right behind you, especially if you're a damn good leader, like the way I feel like you all are. And if you're in resonance with me, I know you're a leader. If you're here and you can sit through these messages comfortably and receive them all and look forward to the next week and all that, you're a hell of a leader, and you're not anybody small at all. And you're here to do just that. So the more you can lean into that, your role as a leader, own it and show up and ground in the blueprint of this new way of living and be the God that you are, and hold space for everybody else who doesn't know that they're God yet. And not judge them, and just really be embodied as you and lead by example. Understand that everything's going to come right behind that, and the world's going to change right behind that, and that you're not the only one doing that. We're not the only ones having these conversations. So that's where we're headed, and that's what's unfolding right now. And the best thing we can do is just continue to hold that space, hold the light, hold the line, and continue to ground it in the energy, ground in these high vibes, ground in this truth, and allow it to exist and grow, and the seeds to bear fruit through us and through our light and through the impact we're able to have and through the people we're able to touch and the ways we're able to shine and all that. So you're doing a real divine job here, and we're doing real divine work. So just continue to choose what feels like you, what makes you feel whole, what makes you light up. 44, as I say that. And allow your life to be Miami, because it can be. And the other things that came out before that channel became real thick was sexual energy, karma, and TikTok. And this just feels like, be mindful of what you're creating, and also be mindful of your sexual energy literally, and understand that that sexual energy is creative life force, you know? Like, think about it. That same sexual energy creates life. Like, that's pure creation energy. At its bare bone, at its root, like, that energy is what's used, you know? The masculine, feminine come together. Those energies come together and create life, you know? And a human grows from that, and a soul is able to incarnate the body and come onto this planet, and, you know, all that through sexual energy. So that's no small thing. That's way bigger than just sex and, like, you know, just, you know, getting your rocks off. Like, that's a truly divine process. That's true magic. That's a true ritual of a divine and cosmic nature. So just be mindful of that fact and where you're putting it and who you're investing that energy into. And it's like, if you wouldn't create a whole world with this person, if you wouldn't create a whole experience with this person, if you wouldn't, if you wouldn't create a whole world with this person and jump into that world and inhabit that world with this person, you might not want to be expressing your sexual energy with them, you know, or getting it tied up with their sexual energy. And if you wouldn't want to create with this person or live in a world created with this person, then I don't think you just shouldn't. And there's I don't even like those words, because there's no such thing as shouldn't, you know. Do what you feel called to do and what feels right to you always, like, no matter what. But yeah, definitely just be mindful of where you're putting it. And if you choose to continue to do that, that's fine too, but just do it from a place of choice, because even that comes with its own protections. Just being conscious and being mindful, and choosing from what angle that you're doing things from will allow you to get results that are more in alignment to you, you know? Because if you're just doing it without thinking about it, you're going to get all type of results that are your intentions, not your intentions, things you didn't think of, things you absolutely didn't want, and all that. But if you're like, I know this is not what's best for me, but I'm doing it for this reason and that reason, well, okay, that's some intention, you know? And that will minimize the fallback that you get back from just being mindless and just doing things. So yeah, just be mindful, still choose and do what feels right to you. But that's just the call here. Is just be mindful of your sexual energy, and be mindful of who you're inviting into your temple, into your ritual space. Because like I said, you're working with magic. It's a very magical process. Whether you view it as that or not, or whether you accept that as truth or not, it really is. And it really is energetic and spiritual work that you're doing. So just be mindful of that. And yeah, allow it to be beautiful as well. Because with the right person and you expressing it the right way, it can become super, super amplified. And it bleeds out into the rest of your world and allows you to create your world in the ways that are truly you. And it allows you to create these beautiful things and these beautiful masterpieces and all that. And in my own world, I'm seeing that more and more. So yeah, it's definitely real, and it really is that deep. So play with it, you know, really be mindful of your sexual energy. And when you see it building up, hold on to it a little bit, you know, maybe don't feel the need to just express it, you know, and I'm trying to keep it PG and not, make it hella graphic. But like, even when it comes to like orgasms, you know, especially as a man, like to not just be ejaculating everywhere and just allowing your life force to be shooting everywhere. It's like, you know, hold on to some of that, because that's your life force. That creates lives. And not only can it create lives, it can create a lot of things for you. And it can be used to create your life and to create these things for yourselves and everything. So just be mindful and look into it. See how you can work with these energies, how you can channel them differently, how you can pour them into different places and allow them to amplify yourself and your own journeys. And the same for women as well. I know a little less as far as that goes, because, you know, I'm not one. So, but yeah, I definitely have come across things and know there to be ways to work with that energy as well. And yeah, so semen retention might be relevant to some people. And yeah, sex magic and orgasm magic and just different rituals and things that you can do with the energy. So have fun. Happy exploring with that for sure. And karma and TikTok just feels like just being mindful, because at its root, karma is just cause and effect. What you put in, every action has a consequence. You get something back. Nothing happens in a vacuum. So just being mindful and keeping track of the things you're putting out there and the way you're spending your energy, and how you're showing up in the world, and just being mindful of that and understand that it's always that deep. Confirmation burp. And along with the TikTok, it just feels like time is moving, things are unfolding at every moment. Like, it doesn't stop, and you're always manifesting. And even the choices you aren't making are choices, like every moment where you don't make a decision on this thing is calling you to make a decision is a choice itself. And it doesn't stop for anybody. This process is always ongoing. Karma is always playing out, always. So it's like, the more intentional you can be, and the more you can continue to choose yourself and continue to choose things that feel like you in every moment, every present moment, the more results you're going to see. And to remember to just keep track as the results come back, to pay attention, because your world and your reality is always communicating with you. You're always communicating with yourself. So the things you're getting back, treat them as results. Don't treat them as random just circumstances and unfoldment of things that are just happening to you. Just remember that it's all a reflection of past, present moments and choices you made and choices you didn't make and all of that. And accept that as the reality as things continue to show up, especially when things get hard. And 5151, as I said that, especially the hardest things and the things that feel like things that are just happening to you, or the devil is working against you, or energies and they are doing this and they're doing that and all that. Understand that even if there is a they, even if there is a devil, even if there is all these forces acting up against you, understand that they're only able to do that because you're in resonance to those forces. You consent to them through your free will by giving your power away to them to allow them to do that to you, because true knowledge of self understands free will, understands that the things that are able to impact you only can impact you if there's an agreement, if there's an interject agreement, if there's resonance, like the craziest thing you can think of, like the example I can continue to give is just like news, and because I feel like we all know that person who's like, terrible thing always happens to them, and they always talk about how terrible things always happen to them. And it's like, that's an agreement, and that's also in alignment to the law of assumption. That's an assumption. You assume that terrible things always happen to you, and through that you consent to terrible things always happening to you, because that's in alignment to your truth, that's in alignment to your reality, that's in alignment to how you know your world to operate. So this person who wants to do terrible things to you, and you who feel like terrible things always happen to you, there's an agreement there, there's resonance there. And you guys can come together to co-create this experience in which terrible things are happening to you, and they get to do terrible things to you because you guys agree. And it's just like, if you truly knew your power, you truly knew your connection to it all. And I feel like you do, I feel like we all do, but we don't always get the permission to feel that type of empowered in our reality, and it's like we get to lean onto real life, and there's so much proof of how, anything can happen, you never know, and it's like all these things that we say so casually, and it's like, that's not the reality of the situation here. And it may be, but understand that that's only the case because you've accepted it to be your truth. And so what I know up until this point, our realities really operate as we know them to, and as our programming and our subconscious and everything, our nervous system and everything is in alignment to. So I also understand it's not as simple as flipping a switch, like, okay, now I understand that, nobody can do anything. I don't consent to that. I have free will. My reality is my own, You can know those things, but it's like you spent so much time and your internal operating system is operating on a software that doesn't believe that, So the work becomes to change that and rewrite that and ground in this new way of being. So I understand that, even just understanding that in the mind doesn't just flip the switch and now your reality changes, I understand that there's growing pains and there's time that it takes to rewrite yourself and rewrite your internal world in order for your outer world to actually operate on these principles that you now understand in the mind. So, so yeah, once you truly understand who you are and you get your nervous system and everything and your subconscious and you ground that in and actualize all that, understand that you won't be in resonance to those type of things. Because people may want to do terrible things to you or put all type of negative energy on you. But once you understand, like, okay, no, I don't consent to all these negative energies. I don't consent to someone being able to just impose their free will over mine. And it's not even over yours, because your free will was allowing resonance between you two. You just didn't understand it in that way. So once you understand, like, okay, no, I don't consent to that, and no one can do anything to me that I don't consent to, and all that. Once you understand that, and you truly allow that to go from knowledge to wisdom to understanding through experience and through continued experience and through, grounding it in, that will change your reality, and you will look up and realize, like, wow, like, I feel safer in my reality. I understand, and you will get the proof that, wow, nothing ever really happened. Like, I am safe, like nothing, it's okay. And understand that the news and the constant fear being pushed on you and the feelings of, hey, you never know, like, be safe, oh, just in case, and all those things that keep you in resonance to random things happening to you, that keep you in resonance to you being at the mercy of circumstance, of being at the mercy of the world, or feeling like, and essentially someone else's free will matters more than yours. Because, like, at the point you don't want negative things to happen to you, why do you feel like, especially if you know that free will is a thing, why do you feel like there's still a just in case? Because your free will is the be all end all. And it's like everybody's free will matters, but your free will stops at the point where it imposes on someone else's free will, because those things have to be in resonance. So if your free will is that things can't happen to you, and their free will is like, I want to do these things to you, there's no resonance there, because your free will doesn't allow it. So it's like, why, if you know that, why would you still be out here moving in a just in case manner? Why would you still be afraid? Why would you still be like, oh, you never know, anything can happen? Why would you still be operating like that? Because now that's an indicator that you're using your free will to allow random things to happen in your life, for your life to be volatile and to kind of unfold however it does. And it's like, it doesn't have to do that. It doesn't have to be able to operate that way. And it's like, if that's how you want, maybe you want your life to be spicy like that, you just kind of want random shit to happen sometimes, negatively and positively, which is okay. You can have whatever experience you want to have on this planet, in this world, in this universe, all that. And that's the name of the game here. That's the name of the game anyway, to experience everything under the sun, good, bad, and ugly. But at the point where you don't want to experience those things, you have a choice. And your free will is your vehicle to that. And understand it is that deep. So as you find yourself leaning into just in case and allowing just in case, and you never know, and anything can happen, as you're allowing those things existence in your reality, understand that that's a choice, and that you're using your free will to empower those things, and that those things are powered by your life force, by the power you're giving them. And you can take your power back from them at any point and allow your reality to operate differently. And in my own life, I feel like that's been a very big thing. And I feel like the biggest thing I've noticed with that is just how much my life has turned on its head and changed without necessarily me going anywhere or necessarily changing a bunch of things on the outside. It's just my connection to it all and my connection to myself, and all these things that I'm talking about right now, just really practicing them and putting them into place and rewriting my own internal software. And I've seen it change my entire experience. Like, places I've been in this whole time that have responded to me in this way are now changed completely. Or people who have always responded to me in this way, now, I show up and do things I've been doing, and now they're responding completely differently. And it's just like, wow. It's like, what changed? Just the way I've known myself to be connected to it all, my free will, and me taking my power back and just recalibrating where I stand in all of this that's going on, and realizing that I am the center of my universe. Maybe I'm not the center of the universe. I'm not the center of your universe. I'm not the center of this person's universe and everybody's universe, but I'm damn sure I'm the center of mine, and you're the center of yours. Every day you wake up as you. You don't wake up disconnected from your body. You don't wake up in this place, even though you went to sleep in your body way over here, you wake up right where you left your body and everything. And yeah, you're just the center of your universe. And the more you can treat yourself that way and build a connection to yourself and all that, the more you can connect more with your world and truly connect to the authenticity and see the truth and the universal truth and the divine truth, the cosmic truth, and the reality of what's actually going on here, because you actually are connected to yourself and you understand that, yeah, it's all a product of you. You don't experience anything separate from yourself at all. Like, even your ability to process something and understand it can only come through the lens of who you are and who you know yourself to be and how you know the world to operate. And all the way down to the language you know. It's like, I can tell you all this stuff and it can be the ultimate truth, but if you don't speak English, it won't mean anything to you. So it's like, and that doesn't mean what I'm saying is not true just because you don't understand it. So it's like, yeah, your reality is your own, and you can only connect and meet this world as deeply as you've met yourself. And that's just very, very important to know right now, and to allow that to guide your steps, and for you to treat your connection to yourself as a priority. It's the most important thing, period. If you're showing up for that job you don't even like and you never miss a day, and you can do that, you can show up for yourself the same way. You can show up for yourself 10 times that. You should be able to, because at the end of the day, what's more important than your connection to yourself? Especially once you know that everything else that you can ever experience or do is built upon that very seed and that very foundation. And you will not be able to meet anybody deeper than you've met yourself. You will not be able to show up in any dynamic deeper than you've met yourself, because, yeah, it's all through you. And you can only engage with other things as deeply as you've engaged with yourself. So, yeah, that was a very big message and very big channel. And yeah, I just hope that you really feel that. And more than anything, you feel excited to continue to connect with yourself and to continue to explore your world, and you feel that permission to do so, and you feel like that's exactly what you're supposed to be doing, and that is just as important as the rest of the things that you continue to do, and that it's just as far reaching as the rest of your responsibilities. So hell yeah, happy exploring, and definitely feel free to let me know what you find in those journeys to self. And yeah, that's another reason why I'm so excited to get my Patreon going and to really expand the container, because yeah, I spend a lot of time fostering that connection to myself, and I feel like that was the biggest game changer in everything. Even once I was already like in the middle of my spiritual awakening and all that, I feel like the biggest, most profound and transformative things was on the back of me connecting to myself and discovering more about myself. And that allowed me to go deeper into these truths and relate to these truths more, and relate to other people more, and relate to the right people more, and shed people that weren't in alignment to me. And like, the most profound magic that I've experienced was on the back of me connecting to myself, honestly, and to me growing that connection to myself. So, and it's raining, by the way. I haven't said anything about it, but it's whole ass raining right now, but everything feels good. And yeah, this tree is protecting me a lot. Like, it's definitely, yeah, I don't feel a single drop, but it's whole ass raining. So y'all express a little gratitude to our friend here for me. Yeah, sheltering us and allowing us to continue to do our work. But yeah, as far as the Patreon, I feel like that's a space where we can journal together, we can discuss a lot of these things, and really do a lot more of the work that happens between Mondays, Like, I come back here and we get to work with these energies, but Tuesday through Sunday is a lot of actualization, a lot of grounding it in, a lot of deep diving down rabbit holes and navigating these worlds and connecting to ourselves in our world. So I feel like as I get the Patreon going and you guys can kind of join the community and we can kind of do the work together on a daily basis, because it really is a daily process. And yeah, I'm always doing things to connect to myself further, and I would love to share those journeys with y'all. So yeah, definitely keep up with me for sure. And yeah, as that goes live, and the plan is for that to be live and ready before, so we can hit 2026 hard, 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 and not even super hard, because the new year, the real new year, will come in spring, but just to get clear on where we're going, and then spend the rest of the winter leading up to spring to rest in that direction, rest knowing that where we're headed, to shed the things that aren't in alignment to where we're headed, and all those things. But yeah, I definitely want us to hit the ground and get clear and do all those things. And yeah, I'm excited. So yeah, if you're excited to deep dive on that journey to self, hell yeah, stay close, because we're headed a lot of places, and yeah, you don't have to do it alone. So that being said, tarot time, tarot time, what we've all been waiting for. But yeah, Oracle is dope. I feel like those messages were really big, and I see why we had to start with Oracle and why we were called to. But yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited for what's gonna come out. I'm excited to keep navigating this energy, honestly. As big and profound as it feels very calm. And outside feels very calm as well. Like even with the rain, even with how loud it was earlier, and just everything. I feel like there's a lot of energy out here, but it feels very calm. It doesn't feel crazy or like, oh my God, like anything. It just feels like there's a lot going on, but it also feels like there's a bubble of peace and protection around us. And yeah. And that being said, this damn near just came out. And Page of Wands. With the Empress on the bottom. And this just feels like new opportunity for action, and more so in just being able to move differently. And it's just what we've been talking about as far as just navigating our world in a different way and feeling empowered to move differently in our reality, and understanding that we are the center point of our universe and our reality, and that yes, we're all in this world together, and that there's the collective energies and collective experiences, but our realities operate as our realities. I can be living in the same place as you, in the same house and all that, but your world is your world, and it operates as your world works, and mine works as mine works, and as I know it to work. And understand that, so you have to have final say in the way you move, because no one can give you advice outside of themselves and outside of how they know their reality to work. Especially if they're not somebody who's more conscious and more aware of the bigger picture and connect in their connection to it all than you are. You definitely shouldn't be getting advice from them, because they don't understand. They may not understand that your reality operates differently than theirs. They might be still operating and thinking that, this is the real world and everybody's reality operates the exact same way, and that, what works for you works for me and all that. And if you're somebody who's struggling to accept that, the proof of that, for me, the biggest proof of that is religion. Is how are there so many religions, and everybody will tell you they have so much proof of why their religion is correct, and how there's all the way to people who don't believe in religion at all. Atheists will have all types of proof of how there's no divine anything, how there's no God, there's no any of that stuff, and their proof will be valid. Like their proof will be their proof. It's like, how can all those things coexist in one world? And the conclusion I continue to come to within myself, and just in things I've also read that continue to affirm those same things, is that our realities operate as we know them to operate. So you believe in that thing, you will get that proof. The person who believes in God will have a million ways to prove that. The person who believes in nothing will have a million ways to prove that. And it's all true. And it's like, the only difference is you truly believe it. So it's like, what do you believe? And it's like, our worlds are different, and your world is your own. And yeah, so the opportunity that you're being given right now is to move and trust yourself, especially if you've done the work to be aware. If you've done the legwork and the due diligence to know who you are, then that has to be enough for you now. You didn't do all that to still be doubting. Okay, another confirmation burp. You didn't do all that work to be doubting that now, or to still be leaning upon what somebody else thinks is okay, or trying to still wait for permission to act. Know that your reality is your own. So it's like, okay, this is how I know to operate. This is what feels right to me. That has to be enough for me, because no one will be able to validate this for me. No one can. It just won't happen. So you have to take your power back, and that has to be enough for you right now. Both hands on, no apprehension. He's not keeping a free hand to be able to, just in case, somebody wants to hand him a different wand. He's got both hands on his wand. And he's looking forward. He's like, well, all right, I'm ready. It's like, that has to be how you move in your reality right now. That's the key to everything. And as you do that, look, it all unfolds. You're abundant. And you're fertile as hell right now. Everything that you see for yourself, everything you're creating and you want to create is ready to be created and experienced by you. It's like, all you need to do right now is trust yourself and do what you know you need to do what feels right, and show up in your reality as yourself, and understand that that's enough, and that will always be enough. And 0111, as I say that, it's like, yeah, get clear. Just get clear and trust yourself. That's the call right now. Yeah, and you got this. More than anything, trust yourself that you will be able to rise to the occasion and do everything you need to do. You can't make this up. And after that, that's it. You've actualized everything for you. And it's like I get the feeling like you've done all the work. And it's like, this is the last step. It's just embodiment. It's just trusting that you've done the work, knowing that you've done the work, showing up in your reality as the person who knows you've done the work, not still showing up in your reality like you're still trying to figure it out, or like you're still hoping. Like, hope is a hell of a thing, and is a dangerous thing, because hope implies separation, because faith is one thing. Faith is like a knowing, like everything's going to work out, and you're just moving in that knowing. But hope feels like there's a chance that it may not work out, and you're just hoping, like, I hope everything works out. I'm hoping for the best. Like, it's kind of the same thing of like, you never know, or just in case. It's that same energy of like, I know what I want, but I don't truly have that knowing and faith that what I want is for me, So it's like, I hope that I can have this thing. I hope that I can experience this thing. But it's like, there's no room for hope where we're going anymore. It's like, I know it to be true. And wow, raindrop fell like right on my forehead. It's like embodiment. That's the last thing. Knowing that it's done already, and it's going to show up, and that it's for you, and that you felt it, and that it exists simply because you know it to exist. And all you have to do is walk and allow it to show up, and it will show up. And you will be able to recognize it and choose it. And that's all that you need to do. And that's all you're being asked to do. And it's like, that's very different from hope. Faith and hope kind of get used interchangeably, but they're very different things. And the more you can minimize hope and essentially erase it from your reality, the better. Because, yeah, you can have everything you visualize, everything you can see for yourself, everything you can experience energetically. You can have it. It's already yours. There's already a timeline in which you're already experiencing it. All you're needing to do is to come into resonance with that timeline and shift onto it through your choices, Because at every choice you're making, you're picking this timeline or that timeline. And the more you can treat it as such, it is that deep. And the more you can treat it like that, the more you will get proof of that, and the more in alignment your life will be. Like we were talking about earlier, at every opportunity to choose lack or choose abundance, what are you choosing? Because you're choosing a timeline. If you're choosing the timeline of lack, you can't be surprised that you look up and you're like, fuck, like, I still am not where I want to be. It's like, yeah, because at every turn you kept choosing lack. You kept choosing just in case. You kept choosing, you never know, so I just got to be ready for this thing just in case, And it's like you're co-creating that just in case reality. You're co-creating that. So it's like, yo, be relentless, and I'm not accepting it. There's no room for anything less than miracles in my life. There's no room for anything less than exactly what I know is best for me. There's no room for anything less than my highest timeline. There's no room for any other timeline to play out in my experience. I don't consent to that. I don't use my free will to allow that to exist, or to allow myself to experience those things. And yeah, and just erasing hope and the disconnect from the separation between you and your highest self, when in reality you are your highest self, when you act like your highest self, when you act in a way of you knowing who you are, and you know that you're God, you know your power, you are your higher self. There only becomes a separation between you and your higher self when you want to act like you're not that, when you want to give your power away and start to hope that things work out and feel like, oh, one day, like when you start to do that, now you're disconnected. Like now you need to get in alignment to your higher self. But in the moments where you are moving in oneness, when you're actualizing everything for yourself and you know that everything is here for you and you're choosing your highest timeline, you are your highest self. There is no separation. There is no highest self to talk to. There is no trying to embody your highest self. You are. I am, period. And that is the truest truth there is. So it's like, the more you can move in that knowing embodiment and allow it to be your reality, the better. And this is where we're headed right now. Four of Wands, fours, they're stable. Think about the things that have four sides. It's like a car has four tires, a table has four legs, a chair has four legs. Like anything that's meant to be stable typically has four sides. Your phone has four sides. Like that's stability. And it's like, that's what's here for you right now. Your stability, your safety, your connection to it all, your celebration, everything you want for yourself that makes you feel free, sovereign, and safe is here on the other side of you, knowing that you're already those things and that all you have to do is embody it from the inside out, and your reality will match it. It will match it. It will meet you exactly where you are. Your reality operates as you know it to operate. It operates as you know yourself to operate. Your connection to it all is the connection you know it to be. If you feel like you're not connected to nothing, your reality will show you you're not connected to anything. So if you're waiting for your outer world to change, for you to change your inner world, it will not happen. So you really need to go inside and check yourself and really ask yourself, what am I believing? And does that serve me? Does the way I accept my reality to operate, does it serve me? And if it doesn't, you need to rewrite your software. You need to rewrite your inner world, to recalibrate your inner world to reflect who you know yourself to be and the reality you want to see on the outside. Because it's all within you. Like, you're already everything you care to experience. And it's like, all you have to do is really just actualize it and allow yourself to operate it so you can reflect it to the outside. And then you can continue to choose the timelines that are in resonance to where you're going. But it's already done. It's all within you. But you just have to choose and activate. I guess because I was going to say invite and activate. But activate the right energies and the right pathways inside yourself, in your brain, your mind, and all that. But it all starts within you. There's nothing outside that can come in and shake your world up more than you have the ability to do within you. But yeah, this rain is picking up. I'm starting to feel drops. I still feel good to keep going though, so I will. But I don't want it to become abrupt if I do shut things down. So just, yeah, I'm still here. I'm still present in the energies. But if all of a sudden I'm like, all right, we got to go, guys. Yeah. Just help me in honoring that. Yeah, 10 of Wands. Put some of those burdens down. And nothing that you don't want to put down, but some of that stuff that you've been carrying because you feel like you have to, let some of that stuff go. And like we were talking about earlier, you don't owe any past version of you anything. You don't owe anybody anything. Like, who you are in this moment is all you owe anything to. So at the point where, you know, in this moment you feel completely different than you felt 5 seconds ago, that's fine, you know. I don't care if you've been in this Monday magic ever since the beginning. If right now in this moment all of a sudden you're like, yeah, this isn't for me anymore, you don't have to finish it and see it through to trust that. You can shut it off right now and go about your day. And I would hope that you felt empowered to do so. And I would encourage you to do so. Because every second after you've gotten the clarity, you know, you got that divine feminine hit and you've gotten clear on exactly how you feel, every moment you spend acting against that is you moving further from alignment. And it's like, you are alignment if you allow yourself to be. You only become out of alignment and all that as you continue to act in a way that you know isn't your truth. You act in a direction that isn't authentic for you. So it's like, you don't owe anybody anything. You don't owe yourself anything. So it's like, as you continue to change, allow yourself to change and show up as that new person, as that new embodiment of you. And understand that that's who you're supposed to be at any given moment. So allow yourself to be light. You don't have to carry all these things because you've been carrying them. Confirmation burp. I don't think I've burped this much in a minute, but yeah. So allow yourself to be light because you are light, and understand that you're not having to find anything. You're just having to shed what you aren't. Make room for who you are already. Allow what you are and everything that's within you space to grow, because you're carrying a lot of things that don't belong to you anymore. And it's like there's not room for the magic that you are to sprout and become embodied and expand the way it needs to, because the truth of who you are is very, very big. So it needs a lot of room. So if you're filling your space and your cup with a bunch of stuff that's not in alignment anymore, you're not going to be able to actualize everything you are, not to the degree in which you can, So, and the emperor on the bottom. We got the emperor and the empress. And it's just like that divine masculine is the other half of that divine feminine. And it's like you get those in alignment, you can have everything you want. Without force, without anything, just in the flow of you doing this dance between navigating the feminine and masculine energies within you. And understand that at every given turn, that those dynamics are playing out. So allow them to, and allow them to play out through you and through your vehicle, through your vessel. Because like we said, everything you experience is experienced through you. Everything that plays out through you. So the more you can be an embodiment of these universal energies, these divine energies, these cosmic energies and truths, the more your reality will reflect those very truths back to you. And yeah, and if you're somebody who, I feel like divine counterparts continue to come out. Wow. And as I say that, like where I'm sitting at, I can see like my family. I can see them turn in, like when they come home, I can see them and then drive down to our street and all that and turn onto the street. So like at the beginning of that message, I saw my mom come in, like I saw her car come in, and like I felt called to say something, but I didn't. And I didn't answer that call. And then, yeah, just now I saw my stepdad. He just came in as I was concluding that message and about to talk about divine counterparts. And yeah, and it's just like as you hone those energies within yourself, they get reflected on the outside. So if you're someone who's been ready to meet your divine counterpart, as you come home to yourself and those divine masculine and feminine energies come home within you, they can come home in your life, and they're ready to meet you. They're ready to meet you where you are. They're ready for the next part of all of our missions. And I feel like a lot of us are on missions of love individually, just as far as for the planet and all of that. Yeah, so I feel like there's also missions that will play out in unions as well. We all have our individual missions and purposes and all that, but I feel like there's also that next level of embodiment that comes through the divine union of divine masculine and feminine within and without. So yeah, that's the next stage. So if that's something you've been trying to call in, something you're ready for, understand that process begins with you. 0123, as I say that. And it's like, are you balanced in those ways within yourself? Are you showing up as, your divine partner on both sides of the fence, Whether you're a male or female, are you showing up as your ideal masculine energy and your ideal feminine energy, Like, are you your own best boyfriend and best girlfriend, Do you support yourself? Are you protective of yourself? Do you protect your energy and protect yourself from the energy of others and all that? Are you your own provider? Whether you're male or female, are you your own provider? Are you your own protector? Do you make yourself feel safe? Do you make yourself feel loved? Do you make yourself feel nurtured and loved and all of these things? Like, yeah, so if that's the case, then yeah, right now you don't be surprised if that counterpart comes from outside of you too, to meet you. And yeah, that just feels like exactly where we are right now. So yeah, damn. Trust that this is your world, and that the more you can balance out and get to the knowledge and to the root of who you are and your connection to it all, the more you'll see it reflected around you. So, hell yeah. But this rain is definitely picking up, and I'm starting to feel wet. So it's definitely time for me to close things out. I'm gonna pull one more card. I don't know if I'll read it, but just to close out the energy and see what the message is. But that being said, I have a raffle going right now. If you're interested in booking a private session with me, whether it be a reading or even just a consultation, or you just want some like spiritual insight or just anything like that, you just kind of want to navigate some of these energies or whatever energies are showing up in your world with me, now is the perfect time. I have a raffle going, and for the raffle I released my birthday album. The card came out, I'll show you in a second. And to enter the raffle, all you have to do, my album is set up as pay what you want. So for as little as $1, you can own it. And each dollar you spend is an entry in the raffle. So $5 is 5 entries, $10 is 10 entries. So far we have 86 entries. And once we hit 100 entries, I'm gonna introduce a second reading. So the more entries we get, the more winners there will be. So yeah, right now we're like $14 away, 14 entries away from having a second winner. So yeah, I definitely would be honored if you all were interested and would like to join it. And the way to do that is to go to my link tree, depending on where you found me. If you found me here on Twitch, definitely the link tree is in my bio on my page. You can just go and buy the album, and then I'll add the entries and all that. And then follow me on Instagram to stay up with the contest and all that. But yeah, this rain's picking up. I gotta go. But the card was 2 of Wands, y'all. The world's in your hands. That continues to be what we're getting reflected to us. It's your world. And wow, sticking to it on the other side, Ace of Wands. This is your opportunity. Move, act. Whatever's showing up right now, trust it and go in that direction. Don't overthink it. King of Wands on the split. There's a lot of fire energy here, y'all. It's all everything you want. And now the only thing to do is to act and to move and trust these knowings that you've cultivated for yourself, and know that it's all coming right behind it, and that you have everything you need. You don't need more readings. You don't need to connect with more psychics. You don't need anything other than your feet, your heart, your mind, your soul, your body. So continue forward, continue doing what you need to do, and understand that you always are exactly where you need to be. It doesn't fucking matter. Keep doing your thing and know that you're doing amazing. And I'm proud of you if no one else is. I love you if no one else loves you. And if you ever feel alone, come see me. I'm in a million different worlds. Come follow me on Twitch. Check in with me playing video games. Join the Patreon when the time comes. Reply to a post on my Instagram. I'll reply to you. Like, yeah, you're only as alone in this as you want to be, because I'm here. And if no one else is here, I'm here. And yeah, let's keep doing our thing. Let's keep growing together. And yeah, understand that you are nature and you're connected to all this stuff, and that there is no separation. And as much as I want to run to get out of the rain, I really don't give a fuck. And I'm happy. And I love you all so much. And this was a perfect Monday. And I'm Mark, and I really appreciate y'all. I can't see the chat, but I know the energy is on 10 in there. And I know y'all are expressing gratitude and love and the most divine things. And I love y'all so much. And I'm already excited for next Monday, honestly. And yeah, keep up with me. And to those who go on and buy the album, I really appreciate you all. I do this full time, and there's no plan Bs for me. There's no hope that it works out. There's no just in case anything. Like, this is all I got, and I'll be here until it works. So the more you guys support and the more you guys show up for me is everything, because I'm gonna be here. So yeah, I love y'all, and I understand that community is the way forward for me and for all of us, honestly. So I'm willing to lead the way and not accept anything less and not settle until I get everything I see for myself. So know that the more I tell y'all to do the same thing, know that I'm living it. I'm definitely living it. And we can continue to talk, and I'll let y'all into more and more as it makes sense to do so. But yeah, I'm fully embodied. I'm being living proof. I'm leading by example as much as I can. And yeah, if nothing else, know that. So I'll see y'all soon, and I love y'all so much, so much, and words can never truly express it. So to Dream, Haley, Fee, Gentle Monster, everybody who's been a part of the family, all my Monday magicians, Cosmic Brown Sugar, everybody, I love y'all so much. Stay rocking, keep being y'all, and keep doing your thing. I love y'all so much. I'm out of here, y'all. Have a good day on purpose. You always have a choice.